and welcome back to episode 6 of Horror and Hops. It's been a while, my apologies. A lot's been going on outside of work, and I've kind of been pivoting this YouTube channel a little bit, seeing what works, what doesn't work, what I'm having fun with. But I always love scary movies and talking to you guys about scary movies and beer. So, we're gonna go ahead and pair the best in beer, the best in horror. Let's do it. Side note, going forward, I think I'm gonna really focus on scary movies you can find on either Netflix, Hulu, or Amazon Prime. Most people watching this probably have one of those subscriptions, so it's an easy, low-hanging fruit scenario to kind of grab a gem off one of them. Plus, I think there are a lot of gems hidden on those streaming services that a lot of people should know about. And I think there's a lot of terrible movies on those streaming services that people should know about as well, so you can avoid a bomb if you have the opportunity to do so. So this week we're going to be talking about the movie Calibre. It's a straight-to-Netflix original, at least according to the taglines it is, and it focuses on two friends going on a hunting trip in the Scottish Highlands. Things kind of go awry, and that's where the tension starts to build, and things don't go the way they expect them to go. The rest of the movie, the two main characters are guilt-stricken in what had happened, that it starts to affect their behavior, and the locals in the small Scottish village start to notice the change in their behavior. As the movie progresses, it starts to build up more and more anxiety. How do these characters deal with it, what had happened, and then how do they react to it? And then also, when their secret comes out to the rest of these Scotlanders, to these Scottish folk, how they end up doing and dealing with this. And for this week, the beer I'm going to pair with Calibre is none other than Dramatic Review. That's right, Dogfish Heads 60-minute IPA. 6% ABVs, coming straight out of Delaware. Dogfish Head is a classic brewery. Also, when you're stuck in the woods and things go south, having a good IPA is a good choice. The 60-minute IPA is a really no frills, no thrills, straightforward IPA. Crisp, light, refreshing. So again, you're stuck in the woods, you're hunting, you accidentally shoot something you shouldn't have shot, you feel guilt-stricken about it, as you should, and you're looking for a good drink, Dogfish Heads 60-minute IPA will be the sponsor of Bad Decisions Made in the Woods. Ultimately, God, I want to spoil the movie. Bucket of honesty, I wasn't crazy about this movie, and as much as I said I wasn't going to spoil it, I can't recommend you watching it. There's a lot of other better movies out there to watch. So, if you want me to spoil the movie for you, then you keep watching. If not, you got. So in Calibre, you have two friends that are in the Scottish Highlands that decide to go on a hunting trip. And on said hunting trip, one morning, one character lines up his rifle to take a shot at a deer. And right as he pulls the trigger, there just happens to be a small child right behind said deer. And he takes it right in the noggin. One little kiddo down. Little character goes up to the little kiddo to assess the situation. Kiddo is dead. Kiddo's dad is not too far away, comes by, is clearly distraught. Your main character dropped his rifle, at which point the dad picks it up, takes aim at the our main character slash boy killer, and thankfully lead character's friend, 100 yards back, takes a crack shot and kills dad. Now we got two bodies on our hand. Each of the two characters are stunned, not sure what to do, but they decide we gotta hide these bodies or we're gonna be in a lot of trouble. How do you explain this, etc., etc. So they end up coming back later on the next night to bury those bodies. Throughout the movie, the main character's face often looks like this. He looks guilt-stricken. He looks clearly guilty that he did something wrong, and their actions are very obvious throughout the whole movie. Characters that they met early on in the small Scottish village easily pick up that there's something awry here. Well, what happens, at one point, one of the main characters ends up sleeping with one of the townspeople's daughters, gives her some cocaine, so a mob of people come over, rough up these two guys. In the process of roughing them up, now their emotions are really getting out of control, and they're really coming unwound. Long story short, the villagers decide, hey, we're missing these two locals, we need to go find them, I need you two guys to come with us, i.e. being our main characters. Let's find out where these bodies are. Long story short, a canine comes upon the two bodies, they find the bodies, then our two main characters start running away, clearly professing their evidence of guilt by running away. Long story short, both characters are captured and brought to a barn where they're debated what to do with these people. Do we kill them? Do we turn them into the police? It's ultimately determined that they will be let go. But there's a big stipulation. The main character, the one who's clearly guilty and the one who confesses, is given a rifle and told to execute his good friend. He executes his good friend, he is allowed to leave unharmed. If not, they're both gonna be shot and killed. Takes a little bit of time, but the main character follows through and shoots his best friend with a rifle and is allowed to go back home and be with his wife and newborn child. That's the movie, that's Calibre. That is 90 minutes of what you have just saved yourself from watching. Again, if it's a great movie that I think is well worth your while, I won't add the spoiler, excuse me, but you had ample time to stop watching. If you have fun watching this movie, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I got a couple other movies planned up next. I want to be reviewing Cargo and The Ritual. I've seen The Ritual twice already. I'm a huge fan of it. I'm going to watch it again tonight. That's a solid one to look forward to, but don't watch it just yet, or go ahead, watch it, and then you can watch the review when I do it, and we can see if we're on the same page. If you had some fun, if you enjoyed this video, if there's something else you've seen on the streaming services interweb that I maybe haven't seen or talked about yet on this channel, go ahead, link them down below, and we'll chat about them, possibly, likely. Till next time.